I transmigrated as the mad fool, but now I build the cold Regent's heart.
Chapter 5. The victory was sweet, but the fallout was immediate.
If we reward ugliness today, what will we tolerate tomorrow?
Su Jin launched an elegant, tearful protest to Master Feng, claiming that Lin Xu had used unnatural mechanical advantage to destroy and then rebuild the water clock. Master Feng, however, had the prince's verdict to contend with. Honesty is more valuable than poetry.
Stop this madness! The decision is final!
Lin Xu was safe, for now. The day after the competition, I was summoned to Prince Jing's private manor. General Wei, the head guard, met me at the door. He was no longer hostile, but wary, like a dog who wasn't sure if the stick in my hand was for striking or fetching. His Highness is in the side chamber, Wei said, leading me through the manicured gardens. He does not like to be kept waiting, and do not comment on his injury. I will comment only on the structural failure, General, I replied, my gaze already analyzing the slight drag in General Wei's otherwise perfect gait. General Wei was a machine under strain. The side chamber was quiet, filled with the scent of medicinal herbs and cold iron. Prince Jing was seated at a low table, examining a battle map. He wore a simple tunic, his posture rigid. His injured leg, the source of his infamous limp, was propped on a velvet stool, the heavy leather and iron brace clearly visible. It was functional in the most brutish sense, a splint that locked his ankle at an unnatural angle. Lin Xu, the prince acknowledged, not looking up. The water clock is accurate. You may proceed with your assessment. I placed my tools, a small caliper, a measuring tape, and a notebook, on the edge of the table. Your Highness, my assessment is complete. The brace is offensive, I stated, pulling up a small stool and kneeling beside his leg. Prince Jing looked up, his obsidian eyes flashing. Watch your words, artisan. It was fashioned by the royal physician. Then the royal physician is an expert in flesh, not physics, I countered, reaching out and gently touching the brass hinge near the prince's ankle. It was warm from friction. This brace provides passive resistance. It is a stop, not a support. It forces your calf and thigh to overcompensate for the lack of controlled movement in the ankle joint. I took the calipers and began to measure the circumference of his calf, thigh, and ankle, recording the dimensions meticulously. The prince remained utterly still, but I could feel the tense coil of control in his body. The fulcrum point of the brace is improperly positioned, I continued, speaking not to the prince, but to the mechanics of the injury. It sits 3 centimeters below the anatomical joint. This forces the entire kinetic chain to adopt a counter-rotation, leading to the hip displacement and the chronic pain you experience in your lower back. I glanced up. The prince was staring at me, his cold facade finally cracking, replaced with a flicker of startled recognition. No one had ever addressed his pain as an engineering problem. Chronic fatigue is a symptom of energy waste. You expend 30% more muscular energy with every step just to fight the friction and miscalibration of this device. Can you fix it? The prince asked, the question devoid of pride or desperation, purely logical. I can rebuild it, I corrected him. I will not fix this brace. I will design an orthosis that works with your body, not against it. It will operate on the principle of kinetic reciprocity. I sketched a quick diagram in my notebook, a series of nested curves and small circles representing gears. I will incorporate a miniaturized power barrel and escapement. When you lift your foot, the spring will load, harvesting the energy of the movement. When you place your foot down, the escapement releases the tension, assisting the push-off. The brace will not be passive, it will be active. It will recycle your own motion. The prince watched my hands, the hands of the despised artisan, now drawing the blueprint for his recovery. The materials? The prince asked. Matte bronze for the framework, light, strong, and highly resistant to corrosion. Steel bearings, quartz friction points, and self-lubricating oil, I listed, clicking the lid on my pen. I estimate the prototype will take me 72 hours. It will be ugly, practical, and flawless. I stood up. I had touched him, analyzed his greatest weakness, and provided a precise mathematical solution. This was the true nature of my expertise, the complete and utter confidence in my craft.
I will not accept failure.
Do not fail, Lin Xu, the prince warned, his voice low. I do not fail specifications, Your Highness. I only improve them. I left the study, the sound of my clean, unencumbered footsteps echoing down the hall. I could feel Prince Jing's cold, analytical gaze on my back, no longer seeing a fool, but a useful machine. I had earned my workspace. It was time to build.